All right. So don't mind me. It's Saturday. I still have to get my workout in, but I just wanted to welcome everyone to our what we call GSR, Getting Started Right call. And this shows commitment from you guys to be here on a Saturday early afternoon to want to learn more about the business. So, kudos to each and every one of you guys. So can you hear me? Good? Okay, good. So I'm just going to start. I'm not going to bore you with my story, but I'm going to start by sharing a little bit about my story. Some of you already know it. Some may not because you guys are, in my downline, but not directly under me. You're in the Rosas organization. So I started actually my journey 2 years ago at the end of this month. And I actually started, like many of you guys, just for my own personal journey. I wanted to get fit and healthy. My son was 8 months at the time, and he's actually right here. and I needed to lose, some weight. I've never been into fitness ever. Anyone that I know, my niece is here. Glenda's my niece, and she can attest to that I was never into fitness. And I actually don't like to work out still, but I do it because it's part of what we do, right? So it's almost like I just force myself to do it to get it done. And there's things in the business that you're going to find that you're not going to like to do, but those are part of our responsibility as coaches so that we can continue to inspire others. So I signed up with Focus T25, and the reason I signed up was because it was 25 minutes, and I said, gosh, if I can't find 25 minutes in my day, at the time I was already a stay-at-home mommy, I was like, then I need to check myself. And the only other reason which I signed up was because I was very skeptical. I used to watch the infomercials for Focus T25, and I used to tell my husband, we should do it. It's only 25 minutes, and you would see the before and afters. And then I would look at him and be like, are those really real people? They got to do something with those pictures. And, and I wasn't a believer until I met someone who actually went through the process. I saw what she looked like before and then saw what she looked like after, which was my maternity shoot photographer. She also did Matias's newborn shoot. And then I knew her personally. So I was like, you know what? This is real. It's as real as it gets. And so I signed up because of that. I signed up because of the fact that it was only 25 minutes. I was at home. Jorge and I had decided that I was going to stay home with the baby for at least 3 years. I have always worked, always, since I was 13. So staying home was a big step, but it was something that, I wanted to do. And it was something that we decided that we wanted, to happen. And I was going crazy. He was 8 months. I wasn't having any adult interaction. I was like, please, somebody help me. And the challenge group was like my savior, because I was that challenger that was like commenting on everyone's posts, asking questions, posting my stuff. And I was just extra because I needed the support and I wanted to be, in contact with other adults. And then fast forward 2 weeks, my husband was doing the challenge with me. And he was drinking my Shakeology. And I was like, hold up, like, we need another bag. And I posted in the group, like, hey, what other flavors are you guys having? I started with the vanilla one because it was versatile. And so my coach reached out to me and said, do you want 25%? Something you must know about me, I carry a little Ziploc bag with coupons, like 50 cents, $1, like that. That's a long way, it takes you a long way. So saving some money. So when she said 25%, I started doing the math. I was like, 130, I'm saving, the bag is going to ship at $97.50, 2 bags, that's $60. I got to pay $17 for New Yorkers. I was like, I'm still saving $45. Hello, sign me up. What do I do? So I signed up. And then people started just naturally asking me, what are you guys doing? You guys look happier. You guys, Jorge used to come home like, oh my God, because he's in dental sales. He would go to offices and he would come super excited, like, people are noticing I'm losing weight. And this is like right at the beginning, early stages. And so people just started asking and saying, we want to do what you're doing. And I said, you know what? I don't know what it is that you need to be a coach. But my coach is not an expert. I see what she does on a daily basis only because I was in there like all the time, and it's not difficult. So I said, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to do it. So I posted my first call to action, which, you guys will get acquainted with all of those terms, which means that you are inviting people on your social media to join you on your next challenge group. And I got an influx of responses, text messages, calls from friends, private messages. And I was like, holy crap, like now I have to step up and figure this thing out. And that's exactly what I did. And as you guys participate in your own challenge group, you see that there's no science to it. It's really just about following your own journey, right? Eating clean, drinking Shakeology, sharing that it's working, and doing. So if you guys are already doing that, that's one of the, there's 4 vital behaviors, which I'm going to cover, but one of them is being proof the product works. And if you're already doing that, that's one of the biggest ones. And then the other one is people start to notice, and you naturally start to talk to people about it. And then you're already doing the second vital behavior, which is an invitation, the invite. And they just added a new one, which is recognition. So as soon as you start, and Bernice, who is in our chat already, she's already signed up 2 coaches. So she's already gotten a lot of recognition. She advance her business to the rank of Emerald. I'm going to also, touch upon that and what that means. So, and she did that in less than a week. So a lot of recognition. We do a lot of that here. I was in corporate America for all my life, and you don't get recognized, not very often. And, so here we do a lot of that, because we earned it and we should. And then the last one is, personal development. So what company wants you to grow personally, right? To improve yourself. And really, if you think about everything that we do, the 4 vital behaviors is about you. And then you just pay that forward to someone else and it becomes about them. So really everything that you do is working on becoming a better individual, a healthier individual, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So it really is all about you. So I really did fall in love with the process. When I first got my first check, I don't remember, it was like $300 or $400 in 1 week, because we get paid weekly. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that commission was this much. And I was a stay-at-home mommy. I wasn't, expecting to earn any income or bring any income to the home. Because I was home with the baby. And so I said to my husband, you know what? I don't want you to incur any other expenses from Shakeology. So I vowed to pay for our bags, both bags, every single month. Whatever I need to do, however many people I need to help, that's my, commitment to us. And he said, bet. And when I got my first check, I said, I think I might be able to do more than that, And fast forward 2 years later, and it was actually less than 2 years, I no longer have to go back to work. The agreement was that I was going to go back to work when Matthias turned 3. He is going to be 3 at the end of May. I no longer have to go back to work. I pay the mortgage all by myself, and I am able to still save money, pay for student loans, and on top of that, pay for my own expenses. So it doesn't happen overnight, guys. So, I want you to get that in your head right away. I never lied about this business. This business is not something that you're going to get rich overnight. It's not that type of business. You have to be consistent every single day. And, by doing the 4 vital behaviors, you will see the success. It's like the compound effect. And when you start your coach training, which starts on Monday, you will learn about, the compound effect, which is a personal development book. And I will post it in the group so that you guys can all do it. There's an ebook, so if you're a reader, you can absolutely do that. Or there's also a audio version, which is my favorite. I hate reading. Audio is my best friend, and it's easy to follow. If you're driving to work, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, you do 30 minutes, and boom, that book, you'll be done before you know it. Like literally like 1 week or 2 weeks, you'll be done and you'll get hooked. It's a really great book. So that's how I started. And I am I've helped over hundreds and hundreds of male and female. I work more with females, but I have, worked with male, and I enjoy it. I mean, I feel that it gives me purpose. I used to be a human resource generalist before starting as a coach, and before starting, before becoming a stay-at-home mommy. And one of my hang on one second, I'm gonna pass him over. He fell asleep. Can you grab him? I'm sweaty. All right, sorry about that. So before, one of my main responsibilities was to do the layoffs. So I was firing. I was that, if you guys have ever watched Up in the Air, that was me. They would send me from city to city to fire people, and I hated it. The first time I did it, I felt horrible. And every single time thereafter, it didn't get any better. Even though I did over hundreds of them, it never got any better. And I always thought, I have a degree in psychology, and I always knew I wanted to help people, that I wanted to, give some type of value. And I did for like almost 5 years. I was working with nonprofit organizations. I used to work with, first with youth, and then after that I worked with forensic population. I used to work in the correctional facilities and individuals that had psychiatric condition, and that was a very interesting population. And I did that for 5 years, and I was giving back. I mean, I was helping them transition into the community, linking them up with services. So I was doing something, but I was taking it very personal, and it was really draining me emotionally and just mentally. And so I kind of took a break from that and fell into human resources. And I thought, oh my God, like, this is awesome. I'm going to, help employees. And it's nothing like that. When it comes to human resources, it's all about the company. You're protecting their best interest always. So I hated my job. I hated everything about it. And, but, I had to do what I had to do to pay bills. And not once, like, they would play me all the time. I mean, I feel like you guys, if you're in corporate, how it feels that you give, but then you never receive. And that's the difference between this business, that there's a lot of recognition, and you give yourself the raises that you want, right? So if you want to grow the business in a slow pace, that's fine. But if you want to run, then we're going to run with you as well. And that's the difference between this business and working for somebody else, because you are your own CEO, and you basically determine the success that you're going to have in this business. But I don't want to bore you, as I said, with my story, but I'm really excited to have each and every one of you guys here as part of Team Advent. And, it's been 2 years. Our team is an elite team, which means that we are we're actually in the top 200 of the company. We are on the top 0.01%. The entire network, we finished number 7 in the whole Latino market. So be proud and, own it, because we are, an elite team. We are thebomb.com. So I'm going to, I don't know how many of you, I know some of you have received your welcome email from your coaches. If you have not, I know that your coaches will be sending you a welcome email, just basically introducing you and welcoming you to our team. On top of that email, the first part of the email is going to allow you the opportunity to decide what type of coach you are going to be. There's 3 types of coaches. One of them is a discount coach, which, is basically how we all basically started, or many of us, which is just for the discount. I want the discount on my Shakeology and any other program I want. And that's 25%, right? Which is great. Or the second option is just a hobby coach. You happen to cross a friend or family member who sees that you're having excellent results, and they ask you about it, and you sign them up, but you're really not in this to build a business. And then you have a business builder, which is someone who eventually wants to build a 6-figure income with this business. And you can do that on a part-time basis. So as I said, you determine how fast you build your business, all right? Depending on the amount of hours you put in and that kind of stuff. So you will receive, if you have not, a welcome email from your coach, and you will respond back to them, and they will then respond back with another email, and it's going to walk you through our back office. I'm going to do a quick overview, but I want you guys to look at the video that they send you, as well as another video from me, and it's just basically how you can become a successful coach on this team. Any questions before I continue? No? All right. So I'm going to share my screen, guys, and let me know if you see my screen. Can you see my screen? Nod. Yes? Okay. So Facebook obviously is our main platform, right? So this is our Coach Online office. So when you log in, you're going to go to teambeachbody.com, and this is your landing page. You're going to log in. You have the option to change it to Spanish. If you sign up any coaches that are strictly, Spanish speakers or prefer Spanish, you can switch it up here. You're going to sign in. If you have Beachbody On Demand, which comes with your club membership, the club membership is something that Beachbody allows you to have for the first 30 days for free. And it's great because you have access to Beachbody On Demand with it. And what that means is that you can access your programs that you buy online. So let's say you like to go to the gym to exercise, or let's just say that you travel and you don't want to miss a workout. You can, if you're streaming online, you have access to your workouts, and you have access to a number of programs. So if you click on that, it'll open up to that. They give it to you for 30 days for free. After that, they will start charging you if you want to keep it. As a new coach, it's not mandatory for you to have it. But once you become an Emerald coach, which we will talk about a little bit more, you want to have this membership, because when you have this membership and you're an Emerald coach and you are achieving Success Club, which again, we will talk about what that is in a second, the company sends you free customers. They want to really reward you for your hard work. And part of the requirement is having the club membership. Other goodies of the club membership is that you can monitor and track your workouts in the super gym. You can look at many recipes. You can actually create your own meal plan based on your own needs. So you can do that with the club membership. Again, as I said, you don't need it as a coach, as a entry-level coach. But it's the minute you rank advanced and you give yourself a promotion to Emerald, it is it's not a requirement, but if you want free customer, it is. So that's one of the things. So the one thing I want to show you is that if you go to the previous office view, and you're going to see all of this when you receive your welcome email, this was our Beachbody's previous back office. And so when you link someone with a challenge pack, and a challenge pack, for many that don't know, is a bundle package that Beachbody puts together. It's your workout program, it is a nutrition plan, and a 30-day supply of Shakeology. That's what we call a challenge pack. So when you connect someone, and that's actually the best solution, that is the best thing that you can do for a customer, because you are setting them up for success. And not only are you setting them up for success, but you're also saving them money. So you're taking care of their pocket as you do that. So when you do that, and you want to make sure, let me connect my, hang on, my battery is dying. So when you do that, and you want to check that everything looks good on your end to make sure that they did enroll, you can come to the previous office view and go to My Orders. And you can check your orders to see when your Shakeology ship and your fees are paid. Check that, and it gives you all of that, and you can track it from here. You can also do the same for your customers. Go to My Customers, and then a lot of these, if you see these, I don't know any of these people. These are people that Beachbody assigned to me because I've been consistent with helping at least 5 people for the past 24 months. So, and then you can track their packages once they are shipped. If someone says, hey Gab, I don't know where my package is, can you help me out? So you can do that. If they're a coach, then you're going to have to walk them through coming to this view, going to their orders and tracking it themselves. So that's what I would do here. Commissions, you can look at commissions from here. But everything else you can look on the other side. I just wanted to tell you that this is the view it hits first before it'll hit your back office. So I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go to, again, coach, and then that's the previous office view. Before I go to coach online office, if you want to purchase something personally, aside from the Shakeology that will be shipping on a monthly basis for you, then you can come here to shop, and then you can purchase whatever it is that you want, programs or any other performance line supplement items, all right? So I'm gonna go to Coach Online Office. Again, if you guys have any questions, please stop me, unmute yourself, and ask me away. So right here, I wanna talk to you about the coaching breaking news. Really, really important. I come in here daily. I check my back office daily, and not just once. I got in the habit of just leaving it open, actually. There's coaches that check it in the morning and then at night. So it's really a preference, but make sure that you are in the habit of checking, your back office every single day, because things can change from, within hours. So the coach breaking news is basically where Beachbody keeps in touch with us. They tell us about new programs that are coming out, releases, any updates about trainings or events that are happening. What else? National wake-up calls, which we'll discuss, replays and that kind of stuff. This right here in the middle is our Success Club qualification box. And basically Success Club is a program where the company, it's a way for them to gauge your growth and a way for you to gauge your own growth as well. And I recall that when I first joined, I hit my first month Success Club 25. I had no idea what Success Club was, but I was just helping people join the program I was doing because it was working for me. So and this is why we have to be product of the product, because if it works for you, you want to tell the entire world and you want to sign up everybody, you want to help everyone. And so that's all I was doing, but I didn't know about the other programs. I was just telling them about what I was doing. And I had a ton of people sign up. My upline coach reached out to me and said, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you do, just remember to help at least 5 people every month. And I'll tell you what Success Club means, but basically I was never given an option to help 3 people a month. She said 5 and I ran with it, and I said, all right, I got to help 5 people. So that never changed. And from the very first month all the way to this month, which is my 24th month with the company, I've helped 5 people and above every single month. And I work my husband's account on top of that as well. He doesn't work this account, his account. So basically Success Club, as I said, is a way to gauge your business. And in order to earn 1 Success Club point, you need to connect someone with Shakeology Home Direct, which means that they will receive it on a monthly basis. That gives you 1 point. If you want to get 2 points, then you would connect someone with a challenge pack. That gives you 2 points. So the easiest way, I always tell my coaches, is if you want to hit Success Club 5, which is the first qualification, you want to have at least 3 people. If you want to do Success Club 10 and above, you want to help at least 5 people every single month, all right? And the other part to it is that not only are you helping either 3 or 5 people, but you also have to be on Shakeology. And the reason the company makes that a requirement is because how do you talk to someone about the benefits of Shakeology if you're not experiencing it yourself? So that's very important that you are always, on Shakeology. So this is my qualifications. This is your personal volume. You can check that out. Team volume, and also the leadership ladder, which we will talk about in a few as well. So that's that part. So this box is really, really important, and you can track, you can open it if you like, and it'll tell you, who you enroll that month, if they are coaches or if they are customers. It'll give you the breakdown, so on and so forth. All right. This part over here is where you will find your coach ID, where you will find your rank, your current rank, your upline coach. For many of you, it will be me. For others, it will be the Rosas, whether Wendy or Rudy. So here it'll say that'll be your sponsoring coach. Your diamond coach will be either myself or Rudy, and then your star diamond coach will be me. And then this you'll understand as you start to work the business. That's the easiest way to understand this downline bracket right here. And you get alert. You get alert of the people who are being placed under you. And it doesn't have to be people that you're bringing in. It can be anyone that's being brought in and they're being placed under you. So it'll give you the people who are being signed in your organization, the people who are going inactive, and that can mean many things. It can be that their Shakeology hasn't shipped yet, or that they postponed it or canceled, what have you. The new customers, so on and so forth. And then you have emails here. So that's the breakdown of this. The other thing is, when you get your welcome email, or if you've already received it, I want you to make sure to set up your website. And it's very, very simple. You're going to edit, go to English or Spanish. I did both at the beginning. And it's super, super simple. All you're doing is putting in your phone number or your email address, your name on the top right here, and then that's it. And then you're saving. The other thing is that once you're in here, I want you to go to my profile. And you guys are going to do that because that's important once you become an Emerald coach. So for Bernice, who just recently became an Emerald coach, I want you to go in here, but this is for everyone to do, and make sure that you update your profile. It's important for you to write, and don't get scared because you got to write something about yourself, but really just a little bit about who you are, why you started your journey. You can write a little bit about your progress, and then just, put the programs that you're working on. Make sure that you have a before picture. You don't have to have an after picture right away because you are in your journey. So make sure that you have a before picture and your profile photo. And that's basically it. You want to make sure that you do that because this is part of getting free customers. So you see how my profile is only 70% completed, and that's okay. As long as you're 70% completed, you're fine. So just write a little something and make sure you do that when you're setting up your websites because it'll take you from there. Let me close that. And you're going to do that with all of them. Beachbody, Shakeology, and the ultimate reset is the 21-day cleanse. So it's like a 3-day refresh, but it's 21 days in length. And the site manager is just really a summary of the amount of people who visit your website. A lot of time people are not going to visit your website because you're going to be sending them the link to enroll through the mobile app. I'll go over what that means as well. When I started, I used to do it the old school way. So that's with that. You can also go here and read the welcome from the CEO. And this is actually where I started, guys, because my coach doesn't work the business really. And she was a great coach when it came to the challenge groups, but she doesn't really understand the business because her passion is photography. And I wanted to learn more. And this is exactly where I started, where it says start here. So then now I'm going to show you, make sure that right here, my business tab, go into EFT management. And that's to set up your direct deposit. That's a must. All right. So if you don't want Beachbody taking out money from you, it's $2.50 if they have to cut a check. Then you want to make sure to set this up so that you can get your money direct deposited. And let's see what else here. Your downline, we're going to talk about that after. You're going to learn. I don't want to confuse you guys, but you can see your customers from here. You can see your leads from here. Once you become an Emerald, you can see your orders from here. But like I said, it'll hit the other view before it hits this one. You can see your commissions, your earnings, different qualification forms, and that kind of stuff. So the first thing that you want to do is set your website and then come here and do your direct deposit. You can use this setup here in order if you want to use the calendar. If you want to use their email, I use my personal email. If you want to do e-cards from here and you want to add your contact. So you can have your desk set up from here. The other thing is, this is Success Club. So Incentives and Success Club. So I want everyone here to, once we finish this call, I want everyone in here to go to 2 places. The first one is, I want you to sign up for the 2017 Punta Cana trip. So you know how I was just on the cruise? I earned that trip, and I earned the trip before that, which was last year in Cancun, just from helping people get fit and healthy. And that's exactly what you guys are going to do. So I talked about the Success Club, right? And Success Club is not only a gauge to your business and how you're growing your business, but it's also a way where Beachbody rewards you. So not only are you getting commission every single time you connect someone with a challenge pack or a fitness program or Shakeology, but they send you gifts. So if you achieve Success Club 5 every month, they send you gifts. Like it can be gear that you can work out in, or it can be a personal development book, or it can be a webinar, anything. So it can be different things. The other thing is that they do is that they convert that into money, trip money. And that's how you get to these trips. So I know that there's other coaches that have been here before me that have gone on other cruises as well, or they've been to Disney World. So the next trip is Punta Cana. You're going to click on that, and you're going to put yourself on the wait list. If you guys are consistent, and see it says right here, register for the wait list. There's a video that's going to populate here. Make sure you watch it. There's the FAQs, the agenda, all that great stuff. So make sure that you guys, and this is the wave that we signed up for. So like once it becomes available, you can reach out to me and I'll give you, all the details. But the idea is that you help at least 3 to 5 people every single month, and you'll get off the wait list. Beachbody has requirements now, because before a lot of people would sign up and they would pay their way to the trip because they wanted to hang out with their team. But now they're making it where you have to earn this trip because it is a Success Club trip. So, so make sure that you're doing that. How do I go back here? Yeah, one sec. Here, yes. So that's the first thing I want you to do, all right? And then this is basically just recognitions, what is Success Club if you want to read more about it. Success Club leaderboard. So every month they update this. So Success Starters is when you hit Success Club 3 months in a row. We'll talk about that. Success Club All-Star, if you hit Success Club 5 or 10, 12 months consecutively, and then Success Club All-Star Legend is 24 months consecutively. And those are all, and the reason you want to hit Success Club, obviously, is it's not only because it's going to drive your business forward. That's an obvious one, but it's because you're helping people. You're helping people consistently every single month, 3 to 5 people, and that, you're doing the activities that you signed up to do. And also, statistics show that anyone who is consistent reaching Success Club 5 and 10 will earn a 6-figure income, depending on which one of those you're doing, 5 or 10, between 2 to 4 years as a coach on a part-time basis. And it is a true statistic. from top coaches, from coaches that we deal with on a daily basis. And that's just really what's going to drive your business forward. And then finally, I think I did that, yeah. So now here, actually, I want to show you one last thing. You see where it says my qualification? Once you start hitting Success Club, if you want to check how many months you've hit it, you're going to come to my Success Club qualification. And it tells you by month, like you can see past, like for a year. You can go back to March. I mean, for you guys who just signed up, you can go back to February maybe and look at what you did there. But I can go back all the way to March 2015 because it gives me a view of 12 months. And you can see, you know, where you are. You can really just track your business here. All right. So the other thing is, Bernice, for your lead program qualification, it tells you right here if I am going to qualify for the next month. So basically, I have to have qualified last month in February to qualify for free people, free customers in the month of March. So I'm working on my qualifications for March for the month of April. And as you can see here, I've already locked in my March leads. Everything says yes. And it really tells you really nicely what are the basic qualifications. You have to be an Emerald or above. You have to have the club membership once you become an Emerald. You want to do your bio, which is what I showed you guys, the profile, before picture or after picture, or both, your profile. And then you have to have your business service fees paid for. And then you have to achieve Success Club 5. And that's for free customers, but Success Club 10 is going to give you free customers, and Beachbody is going to allow you to keep the commission that purchase created, all right? And there's 3 types. The customer one is by achieving Success Club 5. Success Club leads are the ones that will give you commission. That's helping at least 5 people. And then Coach Connection is the one that they give you coaches for free if they sign up and they don't have a coach, but you have to be a diamond coach for that one. All right, so finally, we're going to go into the meat and potatoes of this call, which is the training. So training starts, guys. I'm going to set up the group tomorrow morning, and I'm going to add all of you guys in. And it is a 12-day training. It's going to be Monday through Saturday, 2 weeks. And your time commitment is literally 10 to 15 minutes a day. And this training is called the Coach Basics training. And it's that basically you're gonna learn the basics of this of the business. And there's an action item at the end, and I want everyone's participation. These are the coaches that participate and do the activity for that day are the coaches that are going to succeed in this business. And they're really simple. And as I said, your time commitment is no more than 15 minutes. I want everyone in there interacting, asking questions if you have to, reaching out to us. And our chat is going to be the chat that we already have. So make sure that if something's confusing, or if you have a suggestion, or if you have questions, you're actually, going to the chat, utilizing it. If you have questions in terms of, you're getting ready to connect someone with a challenge pack and you're excited, but you don't know what the next step is, come in that chat and ask us. We're going to help, transition you or walk you through the process. So I went to news and trainings. Before I go in there, success is a tab where Beachbody gives you access to a ton of personal development. They have audiobooks, they have ebooks, they have magazines, business magazines. So make sure that, we're going to provide you with free books already anyway, but if you want more, you can always come in here. So again, I went to news and training, and this is what popped up. So getting started is where you will go first. And then everything is really broken down by stages. So once you get started, then your next tab would be coach, and then Emerald rank. And typically what I recommend is that if you want to advance your business, once you're done here, you want to move on here. Even if you're not an Emerald or Ruby coach, you want to come here and open this up, because you want to start practicing the activities that an Emerald and Ruby coach do on a daily basis so that you can move up to that rank. All right. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to open up Getting Started here, and they do a really great job, Beachbody. And that's what we pay those $15.95 for out of state, not in New York coaches, or the $17 for New York coaches, because the maintenance of our website, we don't have to deal with customer with helping customer out, because they go directly to our coach relations line or customer relations line, and they help them out. They troubleshoot all of that. We don't have to take care of billing. We don't have to take care of shipping. Beachbody really does a great job with this. They've set up tons of trainings for us. They give us personal development. I mean, so for $17 or $16 a month is nothing. So as a new coach, a brand new coach, you're gonna do this. You're gonna connect with your upline, which I'm sure everyone here has, which is why you're here today. You're gonna complete the business quick start, which is what Wendy sent to you guys in the chat, and I sent to some of you privately as well. And you're going to complete that, and you're going to send that to us at the end of tomorrow. So by the end of tomorrow, we want you guys to either email it to us, or you can take a picture of it, complete it, and send it to us privately, because this is what's going to help you reach your goals. You're going to drink Shakeology daily. You're going to invest 10 minutes to begin with in personal development. And then now you're going to start your coach training on Monday. You're going to need to know this as a brand new spanking new coach. You're going to connect with your coach team, how to connect, excuse me. And I showed you where to find that. When you go to your homepage right here, it showed you who your sponsor coach is, who your diamond coach is, and who your upline diamond coach is. How to find your coach ID. That's very important, because sometimes you'll have a friend who says, listen, I signed up for Beachbody, but I'm not working with a coach, and I want to be, in your challenge group. And it's very important for you to know what your coach ID is. And again, by going to home, you're going to find it on this, left-hand side corner, so that you can give it to them. They call coach relations, and boom, now you have yourself a new customer. How to navigate from your coach office and set up your business pages, which is this here. Again, you'll get more information on that from the welcome email as well. And then we talked about what the Team Beachbody Club membership is. And then it breaks it down on how you're going to learn. I want everyone here to go into those 3 first tabs. I want you to do Getting Started, Coach, and then Emerald. And then do that in your spare time. But you're going to do all 3 tabs. And basically, this is where you're going to do it, though. So the 4 vital behaviors, becoming familiar with Beachbody. And I want you guys to watch these videos, literally like 3-4 minute videos, all 3. Coach Online Office. I gave you a quick overview. They go in depth here, and how to set up your profile and websites. All right. So make sure that you're doing this. And then the 4 vital behaviors. And then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that. And then the quick start, which is what we sent you guys. I'm going to open it up. All right, can't open that. Let me try again. Great. Maybe it's already there. Hang on. No, it's not. It's opening up. Anyone has any questions before I go into the business quick start? Don't be shy. All right. Why does it say retry? New downloads. Here it is. This file might have been removed. Really? Why? So weird. Let's try again. All right, let me go into the chat and open what Wendy sent to you guys. Hmm. Here it is. Oh no. Sorry, guys. Here it is. I don't know why it's not letting me open it. Hmm. I'm gonna close all of these things that I have open. It's so weird. All right, let me try one more time. Hmm. I don't know what's going on. I'm unable to open this. It's so weird that I can't open it. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Close this. Oops. Yay. Okay. Here we go. Sorry about that. All right, so this is what your business quick start is. Hey, can you grab the baby? Fall asleep again. So basically, the business quick start is your action plan as a new coach. So as which is why I took the time to show you where to find your coach ID. So make sure that when you complete this and send it to us by Sunday, you put in your coach ID. Your business websites are basically like, for example, for me, it's my login or my screen name on all three. So make sure that you set those up so that you are fully aware what those are. And then make sure you know who your sponsoring coach is, which I'm pretty sure everyone here knows. Your diamond coach and your upline star diamond coach. Coach relations number is super important because they are helpful in terms of answering questions. FAQs, let me show you where you're going to find that. When you first log in to the wherever you are, doesn't matter what tab, if you go all the way to the bottom, you go to FAQs, and I promise you that if you have any questions, the progression should be, and the only reason I'm saying this is not because we don't want to help you, it's because that's the only way that you will learn. So if when you have questions, go to FAQ first so that you can look for the answer, and 95% of the time the answer is going to be there. If you don't find it there, I would say that you can call Coach Relations. Coach Relations will be more than happy to help you, and they'll even give you an FAQ number. So if you want to go to them first, and then they'll give you the FAQ number, then you can read about it there. And then there's always YouTube and Google, and that's the way I've grown my business, basically. And then if you can't find the answer, in those four places, then please come into our chat and ask us questions. And I'm not talking about your training. Obviously, the training is something different, but I promise you that if you will find the answer in one of those four places. If you don't, ask us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. We obviously are here to support each other throughout this journey. And then getting and staying connected with Beachbody, make sure that on Facebook you request access to this group. It's called Beachbody Champions Page, and this is a group that Beachbody runs. So make sure that you are requesting access. They're always giving trainings there, and it's really, really important. And they've started actually recently doing trainings that are like 5-10 minute or even less than 10 minute videos. So make sure that you're connected there. There's a YouTube channel that you can follow Beachbody on. There's an Instagram channel as well, or Instagram page. So also Facebook page. So just, and then Twitter and all that great stuff. So make sure that you're connected through these pages on social media with Beachbody. The National Wake Up Call, guys, is part of your personal development. And really your personal development is about, growing yourself as a coach, and not just as a coach, but as an individual. And the National Wake Up Call happens every single Monday. No matter if there is a holiday or not, they typically pre-record those, and it's only half an hour. If you are unable to listen live, that is fine. There is a playback number, and it happens on Mondays, 8 a.m. Pacific time. So for us on the East Coast, it's 11 a.m. All right. And if you're Central Time, that would be 10 a.m. And this is the number to listen live. And it's top coaches that are sharing their tips and really just giving us information on how we can move our business forward. And they're all worth your time. If you have iPhone, I don't know if other smartphones, I'm pretty sure they do. If you download, what's that app? It's called, hang on, let me look for it. Podcast. So podcast, I think every other phone should have, every smartphone. But if you look for podcast, spell it. Podcast. If you look for it, that's horrible how I wrote that. And you search Beachbody, it's going to populate all the National Wake Up Calls that have ever been recorded. And you can listen to that as your personal development, aside from reading. And you can just listen. They're half hour, as I said. So National Wake Up Call is super, super important. Setting up your business, how to set up your profile and websites. You can actually open this the way I showed you and then just press these videos, but there was the other way I showed you as well. And in the training page, I will have these videos accessible for you as well. So set up your profile, set up your webpage, your website, and set up your direct deposit. This video is about navigating your Coach Online office and the value of the club membership, which I discussed. Create an action plan. We're going to do that in a second together. I want you guys to start your contact list. Guys, we are in a relationship business. We are in a people business. If you don't have a contact list, you do not have a business. I cannot stress this enough. And sometimes, and I am guilty of that. And even today, 2 years in, sometimes I find myself judging people, saying, they're not going to do it. And you know what? And I force myself to just send that, message. And those are typically the people who want our help or who want to join the team. So make sure you're not judging anyone. And besides, at the end of the day, if they said no, at least they are going to be appreciative that you actually thought about them to help them or to offer a business opportunity. So open the memory jogger from here. These have hyperlinks. So if you just click on them, it'll open up. And basically the memory jogger is just a list of, let me open it so you guys can see what it looks like. So basically is a list of, hopefully it'll open for me, of groups of people that will help you create your contact list. For example, college friends, high school friends, work buddies, church goers, just basically everyone that you would not even think about. Those are the obvious, but there's a ton of other ones that I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So it opened up. Do you guys see this screen? Yeah? It's blank, right now? I think it's loading. Well, this is one of them. So look, you can look at people with fitness and financial interests, people who want to get in shape, people who want to eat healthy. These are all the people that should be going on your list. And it really just breaks everything down very nicely. So make sure that, you open this, print it out, and write and start creating your list based on this sheet. All right. So I'm going to close that out. But a ton of things open, which is probably why my stuff wasn't downloading before. All right, so I'm gonna go back to here. So open that memory jogger, and then your contact list, you can use a notebook, you can use an Excel sheet, you know, it really doesn't matter as long as you're using something to track, and it gives you options here. One of the things I always tell my new coaches, and I tell my old coaches too, they're probably tired of me telling them this, but it's like, it's basically like if you walk into Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts because you want coffee, and you walk in and you ask for coffee and they tell you, oh, you know, we ran out or we don't have any coffee, you're going to think they're crazy because that's what they're known for. So if you don't have a list, you don't have a business. So make sure that you start your list ASAP, like today. And show us, you know, we're going to be asking you in our group, in our Coach Basics group, your training, where's your list? And then Coach Participant Starter Guide, that's something that we're doing now. So the trainings I showed you how to find, and the leadership ladder, we'll discuss very briefly on that because I don't want to confuse you. Then the 4 vital behaviors. These are vital. That's what they're called, vital. They're super important. If you do these 4 vital behaviors, I promise you, you will be a successful coach. So the first one is invite, invite, invite. And that just means that you're inviting daily. You're inviting people to join you on your journey. And no one has to be on, at their goal weight or at their, fitness goal. Yeah, I know I'm not still, and I'm still inviting. So make sure that, and people, remember, people actually want to join those people who are in the trenches with them, that are going through the journey with them at that particular time. So you're inviting people on social media, you're inviting people in person, you're inviting people via text, via private message. Doesn't matter. The point is that you're inviting someone. You're inviting them to start your challenge group. And don't be scared about that word challenge group, because you might be thinking, but Gab, I'm just starting my own journey. That's fine. We are going as coaches, so I know for myself, and I know the Rosas do this as well, you're going to be joining their their challenge group, and bringing your people into their group. And then once you're done, typically what I do is once we do one full round with you, then what happens is you can start your own group and you can start bringing people in. But we expect that you're participating, that you're posting, that you're doing motivation, because these people signed up for you, not for us. They have no idea who we are. So make sure that you're active. So that's the first behavior. The second one is being proof the product works, which everyone here is already doing. Drinking Shakeology, you're doing a program, and you're just really in the trenches working on that transformation. And remember, people join the people who are working on themselves, people that are being consistent. And that's why Beachbody, a lot of the requirements for many of the programs is that you are on Shakeology, because you cannot speak on a program or you cannot speak on Shakeology if you are not doing it yourself. So make sure that you are being proof the product works. Number 3, personal development. You're going to strengthen and better yourself every day by learning from the success of others. Become the best version of yourself. And very briefly, guys, when I first started my journey, had they told me that by signing up as a coach, it entails public speaking, I kid you not, I would have said you can keep it 25% off, because even though I was in human resources and I had to do presentations because I had new hire orientation and we had trainings to do, I hated every single minute of it. And the only reason I did it was because it was part of my job requirement and because, it was going to pay my salary. But here, had they told me that eventually when you grow as a coach, people want to hear from you, I would have never signed up. But with a ton of personal development, I've gotten more comfortable. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I still don't get nervous, because that'd be a lie. But you feel more confident, and you feel better in your own skill. And not only that, but you are learning so many new skills that you you want to share it with other people regardless. So that's one of my things that I've had, you know, growing personally with this business. And then the new one is the recognize, celebrate and reinforce every meaningful achievement and activity that leads to results. And that's what you're going to be receiving from us as your upline coaches. And also you will be doing that when you start to sign up your own coaches. So attend events. Super Saturday. Our next Super Saturday, if you are in New York, it is, well, actually, it's everywhere on April 2nd. They have Super Sundays, Super Saturdays, Super Fridays. The one that we attend here in New York is April 2nd. If you are not in our coach in Team Advent page already, I'm going to ask your coach to please add you to that group and introduce you. We put all the information in there so you can buy your ticket. Isa, for you in North Carolina, I know that my brother and his wife are going to go, so make sure that you connect with them. And they're going to be going to you, actually, to Raleigh. So make sure that you go to the Super Saturday there. And then annual event, Coach Summit. So Coach Summit is the biggest event of the year for Beachbody. It's where all the coaches get together and train together, and we work out together, and we party together, and we get to know each other. For those individuals that, you know, haven't met in person, I met some of my coaches last year at Summit. This year, again, is in Nashville, Tennessee. So make sure that you see, if you click on that, it's going to take you, the hyperlink, it's going to take you to, I'm not going to open it, but make sure that you put your name on the waiting list. Last year it was about 25,000 coaches, and this year I think we've already surpassed that. But anyone who reaches Success Starter, which means that you are hitting Success Club 5 or 10, your first, second, and third month consecutively, Beachbody will give you a free ticket to Summit. Rudy earned his ticket. My brother Louis earned his ticket, and therefore you can earn your ticket as well. But now, if you hit Success Club consecutively for 3 months, they will give it to you for 2017 Summit. So this year you'll have to pay. Just put yourself on the wait list, and you know, if this is something that you really want to take, you know, to the highest of levels, Coach Summit is a must. So let me, where's the second page to this? That's interesting. Hang on a sec. I'm just having a lot of technical difficulties. I think I opened this. Let me see if the one Wendy has the second piece to it. Because mine doesn't. Let me see. Come on. It does. Beautiful. So this is your coach action plan. And this is where we as your uplines will help you achieve your goals when you first begin. I'm sure that you guys have heard that if you don't have a plan, then you're not really working towards anything. So make sure that you are writing down your plan, because that's what's going to help you put it into action, and you're going to find a way to make it work. So we're going to talk about success partners, and this is someone who is going to push you further. You know, you guys are going to push each other to new levels in your business, and you're going to keep yourself accountable. So typically what happens here is that we'll either assign you one that if we feel that you guys are compatible, or if you find someone in your team that you feel is compatible with you, you know, you can talk to your upline coach and ask them their opinion. And a success partner, it should be someone who kind of has similar lifestyles, because, you know, you don't want to be partner up with someone, let's say you're a parent and they're not, and they're single, like you really don't have that much in common. So but definitely that you guys have the same goals, so that you can push yourself forward. Your why is important, guys. This is what's going to get you, up every single day to work this business. So why did you become a coach? And we all sign up to help other people. So I don't want to see that in there. I want to see what's going to drive you every single day, what's going to move you to, to invite people every day, and to press play, and to do your personal development. What's going to drive you to do that? For me, it's my son. For me, is my mom, my dad, my husband, my family, making sure that, my parents, every effort and all the sacrifices that they ever did, for us to get us to the United States, don't go unnoticed. So I want it to be big for you, and as your why evolves, you're going to have more things. So at first, for me, it was just, getting 2 bags of Shakeology paid. But as I progress in my business, it becomes bigger. My next, 2 big purposes is to retire my husband. And that sounds crazy, right? But it's going to happen. And also to continue to help the needy and the people who are unable to help themselves. So the less fortunate. So those are things that, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every day I want to do the activities, because I will be lying to you. But then I think about my why, and that's what, tells me that I need to do what I need to do. Set your goals. So make sure that you're setting your goals for the first 3 months. I want to set every single one of you guys here for success. So some of you are return coaches, so you might not qualify for the Success Starter, but that doesn't matter. You still want to set your first 3 months to succeed. For everyone else here who's new, I want you guys to set that goal to become Success Starter. So that means that you need to hit Success Club 5 or 10 month, or 10. Why isn't it writing? Month 1, month 2, and month 3. All right. So that's going to get you your free ticket to Summit 2017. So make sure that you are doing that. If you earn it the first month, you're going to get a call with the CEO. And then the third month, you're going to qualify for that free ticket. Then the monthly income, just like I did, my first month was to pay back the investment I made. So many of you paid $140, some paid $160, depending on the program that you bought. So earn that money back. And how do you earn that? By helping at least 3 people that month. All right. So make sure that you're doing that. And if you want to grow this business at a faster pace, then you're going to help at least. So first is going to be either 3 people, which is going to give you Success Club 6, which is qualifying you for 5, or 5 people is going to be Success Club 10. All right. Aim high, and you're going to make it happen. Rank advancement, Emerald Coach. So as I said, that is the first stepping stone to your business. When you become an Emerald Coach, you are starting to create and build your team, your very own team. And basically being an Emerald Coach gives you a ton of perks. So make sure that you click on this and that you read all about that. You're going to learn all about that anyway. Throughout our trainings, but basically an Emerald Coach is someone that has sponsored 2 coaches, and not only are you allowed to take advantage of those free leads that we talked about, free customers, and those are the customers that call the infomercial or go to the website and don't have a coach. But you're also going to start earning what we call team cycle bonus, which means that you are going to start earning bonuses based on the activity of the team, not just your team, but the team as a whole that is under you, that is placed under you. And then we're going to teach you what all of that is. I don't want to confuse you today with it, but just make sure that an Emerald Coach, I mean, let's face it, Bernice moved up in her business in a week. And that's as long as it should take you to be an Emerald Coach, because it's really just signing up 2 people to join you on this journey and take advantage of the 25% off, just like you did. They don't have to be a working coach. They're just, as long as they're taking advantage of the 25% off, then boom, 2 people, you're an Emerald coach. So there's tons of perks to become an Emerald coach. So that's something that you should definitely set as a goal for the first month in your business. All right. And then if you have any other goals, maybe a personal goal or a fitness goal, write it down here. And then that's going to make sure that you keep yourself accountable. And then now you're going to connect your goals to your why. You're going to fill these out. Your daily activities, we're going to help you determine what those are. So as soon as you start your training, we are going to give you what your power hour is. Basically, as long as you have 1 hour a day to work this business, you're going to succeed. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to do in that hour so that you're not like wondering and thinking like, what the heck do I need to do? We're going to give you those tools. And then finally, set it in your schedule, guys. Whether, let's say you don't have 1 hour consecutively, break it down into 30 minutes or break it down into 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at lunchtime, 20 minutes in the evening. Either wake up an hour earlier or go to sleep, an hour later. But make it happen. 1 hour a day. Some people work 5 days a week. Other people work 6 days a week. So it really depends. Typically, I take Saturdays off. I do check into my chats and my groups, of course, but I'm not, having conversations with prospects unless, they're like, Gab, I really don't have any other day, then, I'll make an exception. But typically Saturdays are my family days. But again, you determine this. You are your own CEO. You determine your schedule. Identify your possible obstacles and how you're going to resolve them. And then finally, we are going to set up a challenge group start date for you. And again, don't be scared because we're going to be there along with you. So that is it, guys. In terms of this, let me show you very quickly what the leadership ladder looks like. Do I have it open here? I'm going to go to my, here. Here. So leadership ladder is the new benchmark for the company. And basically this is something that I'll put in the chat so you guys can have. But the first rung that you want to achieve is the business starter one, which means that you are earning at least $100 on your, oopsie, what did I do here? I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry about that. So basically it's to gauge your growth. So Success Club is going to help you do that, but also this. So these should be also your benchmarks in terms of income. So the first month, you should be earning at least $100 a month in commission. If you help 3 people, you're going to get that. And then you're going to be reaching Success Club 5 and that you're a coach, you're a new coach. Business starter, you should get that on your first month. Team builder, aim to do that by the 2nd or 3rd month as a coach. You're earning $250 a month. You're earning Success Club. You're an Emerald or above. And you have 2 people in your organization that you personally sponsor, right? Hitting at least 1 Success Club point. And your weak leg is producing at least 200 team volume, just volume in a month. And then team leader is next, organizational, and this is the highest one. So I want you guys to always look at this, print it out, and work towards, if you achieve this on your first month, the next rung that you're working towards is team builder, and so on and so forth. This is what's going to drive your business, and this is what's going to help you earn $1,000 a month, $2,500 a month, and so on and so forth. Remember, this is something that happens by consistently following the 4 vital behaviors and sticking to your daily activities and being very simple with it. All right, that's it. Any questions? You have a question?
I think I get about the coach summit 2016. We can't go anymore.
Yes. So you're going to. I'm going to put the rung in the what is it, the document with the rung, so you guys can print it, and those can be your goals. You can be like, I want to be a business starter my first month, and then I'm going to be the next rung. And I'll also put in the website so that you guys can put your names in the coach, so you can sign up for the coach basics. I have basics in my head, the coach summit. So put yourself on the waiting list, and from my understanding, everyone should be coming off. So, but you have to put your name in the wait list so that you get notified once you get off. But you'll have to pay for this one, even if you achieve Success Starter, because that'll be for the following year.
Okay. Got it.
I'll put that in there as well. And you know what? I'll also put the link for Punta Cana. What you're gonna do is also, put your name on the wait list as well. Let me tell you something in terms of the wait list. When I first signed up as a coach, it was 2014. I signed up at the end of March, so March 31st is my anniversary date, and I started working the business, without, like I said, without even knowing what I was doing. And I remember, hitting Success Club 25. My upline coach, because it wasn't my coach directly, reached out and she said, whatever you do, help 5 people every month. And I said, bet, you got it. So I helped 5 people every single month. And they went to Coach Summit. It was in Vegas that year. And I wanted to go, but I'm an introvert. So I was nervous. I was like, I don't know anyone. And she's like, come. And I was just, and everyone here is really just very welcoming. They make you feel at home. But I was just nervous. I was just like, my baby was only like, at the time, he was about a year. And I was like, I would have to take him. Like I always take him everywhere. So I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it, blah, blah, blah. Which obviously after I went to mine, it would have been totally worth it. But my business would probably be, further along. But the bottom line is that they come back from that, or I guess she was out there when she goes, do me a favor, she said. This is in July of 2014. Why don't you just put your name on the wait list for Cancun? And I'm like, she's crazy. Like, it's in the middle of the year. I didn't start in January. I started working the business in April. And I said, but you know what? I'll put it, whatever. Literally, guys, 3 weeks before Cancun that everyone took off, I got an email saying my name. I was coming off the list. I nearly broke my hand because I was so excited. And I was like, what? So I called my husband, super excited. And he will tell you this story once you guys meet him in person or he's on a call. He literally, that's what changed his mindset of his business. He was like, okay. I was like, what do you mean, okay? Like, we're going to Cancun, paid for. And he's like, all right, I'm at work. Like, I'll call you later. Or we'll talk, when I get home. And I'm like, all right, rude. So when, of course, we signed up, went, and that's what really turned his whole mindset about this business. So definitely sign up, because you never know. If you work and you're helping 3 people consistently, at least 3 people every single month, your name may be called. All right. So I'll put that other link there as well. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
Thank you for the info. I kind of navigated already, and I did part of my profile. Okay. And I actually started a blog.
Awesome.
Yeah, why am I like to blog? So anyways, I started. It's for me to motivate myself. But what I wanted to ask you, I'm actually meeting people this afternoon.
Okay.
So I want to be prepared.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of took notes as you were speaking. There's so much in that website that it kind of
overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Yes, I agree.
But I have somebody who, just by seeing me with the Shakeology, she's like, I want to do it. Mm-hmm. She might be just a discount coach.
Awesome.
So how I was not, because I could have signed her in right away, but I wasn't sure how to do it. Correct?
I'll show you.
Okay.
So So that's one you see, and that's why it's important to be proof the product works.
I was like, oh, because at first I thought, okay, I can send her the link and she can put my ID and just sign in. Is
Mhm.
that, but I'm like, I wasn't sure if that was the correct way.
Yeah.
And I was looking into how to place your people
Yes.
under each leg.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, how do I do this? I don't want to screw that.
No, definitely. So the first thing is I love that, you know, you're walking around with your Shakeology because people get interested just by you doing that and they start to ask.
Totally.
So being proof the product works is important. So definitely congrats on that. The second thing is, guys, the first 3 months, you're going to feel overwhelmed and that's okay. The bottom line is that if you're not feeling overwhelmed, you're not working the business, right? You're not learning, you're not growing. And it's perfectly fine. I felt like I was like, what? Like every time I found something, I was like, yes, I found gold. And then I would be like, wait, where was that thing I found yesterday? And it's going to be like that. And that's fine. And that's what we're here for, you know? So I'm going to show you the easiest way to sign her up. All right.
Okay.
And before I show you how to sign her up, when you're talking to people and you're going to learn all of this in your training, right? The first thing you want to do is find out why they want to do this. So remember the conversation I had with you, or remember the conversation
Sure.
Wendy or Rudy had with you guys, and it was all about you. What do you want out of this, right? What is it that she wants to do? What does she want to accomplish? How much weight does she want to lose? Typically, if they want to lose anywhere from 20 to more pounds, I always recommend the coach discount because they're going to need 1 or 2 more shakes besides their initial one. And so you're saving them money by doing that, right? Because you're saving them at least $15. They're either going to be paying $130 for their shake if they don't sign up as a customer, or they're going to be paying $97.50. That's how much it's going to ship for, plus $15.95 outside of New York, or $17. If you add those two numbers up, one, you know, 97 and 15.95, we're talking $113.45. They're saving $16.55. I mean, that's like huge right there, right? So you're gonna tell them once you've heard all of that, and you're gonna learn. I'm gonna give you, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you guys a training that I did where I break it down. It's like a 20-minute training, but it can help you, Claudia, before you go on that meeting. And it's really just how to talk to people, how to ask the right questions. All right. And basically is asking, you know, what are they doing right now to accomplish these goals? And it's okay if they're not doing anything, but you need to know the answer so that you can, you know, direct them in the right way, in the right manner, like what program to recommend, and that kind of thing. So typically, I recommend the 21-day fix. Why? Because a lot of people struggle with nutrition. Let's face it. Many of us are running around like crazy and we don't know what we should be eating. A lot of the things that we're putting on our plate is carbs. We never eat a lot of veggies. So that's a really great program. Number one, it teaches them about nutrition. But number two, it's a short program. It's 21 days. They start to see results. Their families start to see, and they might just want to join you on the business side, right? So you want to get them results right away. So 21 days is good. I recommend the 22-minute hardcore, which is another one that just released. And it's good because, you know, it's 22 minutes, especially for those individuals that don't have time to work out. You're really setting them up for success. But let's say someone said to you, I hate cardio, and you recommend the program that is all cardio based. They're going to be like, are you kidding me? You're setting them up for failure. So it's important for you to ask the right questions. So I'm glad that, you know, you already have a meeting set up. So let me show you really quickly. I'm going to share my screen again. This is the easiest way to sign up someone. So it is, did I open it here? I'm sorry. Like my husband yells at me because he's like, why do you have all these things open? I'm like, I don't know. I can't help it. So here we are. So you're going to go to, wait, no, that's not it. let me open this. You're going to go to Coach Mobile. So so Coach, did I spell that right? COACH Mobile, MOBILI dot Team Beach, teambeachbody.com. So again, coachmobile.teambeachbody.com. And then you're going to get this. So you can actually save this on your phone screen. This is the easiest way you're going to sign up someone. So you're going to get her email. So when you're enrolling someone through this method, you need their email address. You need their first and last name. You know what you're sending them, so that's easy. And you will find out what flavor Shakeology they want. So I'm just going to pretend like I'm going through the process. You're going to have to click this. Yes, I have the permission to enter this enrollee's personal information. Let's just say, you got their email. And then let's say you're enrolling her as a coach. You're going to hit coach. If it's not a coach, you're going to do the new customer. And then I'm going to show you about placement. So new coach, and then you're going to write their name here, first name. My maiden name. Then you're going to shop now. And then you're going to pick the program. Let's say you're doing the 21-day fix because that's the one we started you on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 21-day fix. And then you're going to pick the flavor Shakeology. I always tell all my challengers or coaches, the bag gives you more for your money. You get 30-day supply. But if they want to try all the flavors beforehand, I'm like, all right, that's only 24. It's really up to them. So let's just pick, strawberry bag. You say, okay. And then right now, the 21-day fix is $160. Remember, you bought it for $140. So that's the actual price, $160. And then you're going to add to cart. And then you're going to just submit it here. And then she's going to get an email to her email box. She's going to click on the link, and it's super easy. It's going to take her like 5 minutes to complete. She's going to open it up, and then she's going to, complete enrollment. And it's important that you tell her if she's had a Beachbody account before, then she'll put yes, log in. She's going to put in her email and her password. If she forgot her password, no big deal. She can request it. Beachbody sends it to her in like 2 seconds. And it's going to pull her information from her customer account. If she's never had one before, then she's going to have to populate, she's going to have to fill in create a profile, basically. Fill out her not first name, because you've done that through here. Her home address, her phone number, her date of birth, because only individuals that are 18 and up can sign up for this coach account, and her social security or tax ID. The reason that they ask for that is because if that person ever decides that they want to pay it forward and work the business, Beachbody has to, they have to send the earnings to the IRS. They have to report that. So that's the only reason. If they never want to become a coach, in that capacity, that's totally fine. They will never get a form, but that's the reason it'll ask for that. So that's the easiest way to sign her up. In terms of the placement, let me show you very quickly. I don't want to confuse you guys. So I'm going to go into, where's my, yeah. So when you sign up, guys, so my business and my graphical genealogy, this is where you're going to go to move placement. So, hang on. So here we go. All right. So quick question for you. This is how I determine how I'm placing people. All right. So I have a question for you in terms of this individual. I'm going to open that. It's going to look really crazy right now because I have a ton of people under me, but I'm going to go look for you. I think you're here. So basically, where are you? I think you're down here somewhere. So the way I determine who is going to, hang on one second, babe. Are you sleeping? Oh, my father's calling. Can you tell him I'm going to call? So I'm going here. I'm looking for you. Why am I? It's not going down. Come on. It's like processing. But anyway, so while that process goes on, so basically how I started, it was like me. And that's what you're going to see when you log in and you go to graphical genealogy. It's going to be you, and maybe depending on the leg you fell under, you might have people under you already. Oh no. All right, let me see. It's not working. I don't know. Maybe this page is not right. But basically, you might have people under you already when you log in, and you might be like, "Who in the world is this person?" Did I click on someone? That's fine. That just means that we place people under you, which is good because once you get, I'm gonna log out and then reopen it because I don't know why exactly here. But basically the idea is that if you have people in your downline already, that's a plus because once you become Emerald, you're gonna be taking advantage of all that volume. But the way I determine is we're in a binary system, right? And in a binary system, you have a left leg and a right leg, all right? So your strong leg is determined by well, sometimes it might switch, but this is how you'll know when you first sign up. If you have people on a leg already, or you see people being placed from above on either leg, that's your strong leg. So my strong leg, and now I say shared because my coach really doesn't work this business. So he barely helps me build my business. So in your case, wherever you see people being placed from above, whether that's your right side or your left side, that's considered your strong leg. So you will always get help from that strong leg, right?
Okay.
You'll never get help from your weak side. So basically, I will help you, Claudia, build your strong side, which means that to become Emerald, you still need two people on either side, one on each side.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is that if you have a working coach, let's say someone says, Claudia, I want to work this with you. You're going to put them on your weak leg because that's where you need help because I'm never going to help you build that side. I'm always going to help you in the shared leg. So you want to put anyone who comes in just for the discount, you want to put them on your strong side. Anyone who's going to work the business, you want to, that's the rule of thumb. Things might, you might put people wherever you need them at that particular time. But the rule of thumb is discount coaches go on your strong side, working coaches go on your weak side. Make sense?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so right now, I'm going to try to go in here again because it kicked me out. Well, I closed it out because it wasn't working. So, but basically, you're going to go to Coach Online Office. It's acting weird. And then you're going to go to My Business, and then you're going to go to My Downline, and then My Graphical Genealogy. And then there's two little men. You're going to see two little men, one on the right side, one on the left. So this is going to be a discount coach. If you have people on one side, you know that the other leg is your strong leg. And you're going to just click. Unfortunately, this is like, you see it's not working.
No, I'm online too.
It's not working for you either?
It's not. It's giving me an error.
Okay, so it's not working. So
This
basically,
thing is giving me.
so you know what? Let me open this thing right here. So basically, this is what it's going to look like. When you log in, this is going to be you, right? On the top. If you see people here already, that's your strong side, okay?
Okay.
And then you won't see anyone here on your right side. It could be flip-flopped, all right? So if this is gonna be a discount coach, I want you to put her here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna double click on the little man and it's gonna say, do you want the next placement to be here? And you're gonna agree, you're gonna say yes, and then you're gonna see a red little man appear, okay? That's how you know that your next placement is gonna go there.
Okay.
If, and typically, at the beginning, you might get someone who wants to work the business right away. You might not, that's why challenge groups are important because you want to show them how important it is that they get results. And sometimes people are going to start asking them and they just want to naturally help people anyway. And then let's say once you've done putting someone here and she signs up, in order for you to become Emerald, you need someone on this leg. And because there's no spots up here, you're going to have to put this person down there. So you're going to click on that and then you're going to sign them up there. You know, and again, you're going to do the placement change. If for whatever reason you forget to do the placement change, we have 5 days to email Coach Relations and change it. And I can, you know, help you with that. But having 2 people sign up under you, one on the right and one on the left, makes you Emeralds. Always, guys, please remember this. Always, 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 always place people on your outer right and outer left. So right here, let's say, you know, someone is already enrolled there. You're going to see a space right here that you
Right.
put a coach. Never, ever put someone on an inside leg, because you are doing them a disservice, because you will never build that for them. You will never help them. So always outer. Always go outer left or outer right. So if there's people there, you're going to the next available outer spot. If your right leg was the strong one, then you're going to see people here, and you're going to click on the most outer part and available spot available for you. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how you're going to make the placement. Unfortunately, as I said, Beachbody's acting weird. Otherwise, I would.
It's not letting you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's how you place, and that's how you're going to send the enrollment link.
Mhm.
If it's a coach, you pick coach. If it's a customer, you pick customer. And this is the easiest way, literally, to do it, because the other way is, I know that for Bernice, her mom didn't receive the actual link, so we sent her the longer version. If that happens, then, you know, I'll show you how to do the longer version.
All right.
Any other questions? Good luck today.
Thank you.
And let me know if you get stuck, and I can't wait for you to have your first coach.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Anyone, and then remember, we have 2 weeks left, literally, guys. So in 2 weeks, I mean, I've done it in like 2 days, and I'm like trying to pull my hair, but it always gets done. If I want you to take away from this call that if your heart is really in helping people, then this business is going to flourish. Your check is going to be a direct reflection of the amount of lives that you save. And that amount of lives, and I say save because we're doing great things here. You know, we're teaching people how to eat. We're teaching people how to be healthy. And not only physically, but healthy financially, healthy emotionally, healthy, you know, mentally. So definitely, you know, a lot of people are going to get reversed in terms of, you know, their medical conditions, right? So we're definitely saving lives. So it's going to be a direct reflection of the amount of people that you help. So I'm excited. Make sure that if, you know, we have 2 weeks, as I said, left. If you are at Success Club 2, then help, you know, 2 more people. If you're at 0, it's okay. You could still help 3 people this month and make it happen. I mean, the way I see it as well too, you know, as we get more in depth with the business, we're going to help, you know, we're going to show you more about placement. But it's important that you understand that the top places in your organization that you want to give to your family. And the reason I say that is because if you are going to be here in a year, and that's what I ask, if you guys are serious about this business, give yourself a year, right? Don't work it for 3 months and say, this didn't work for me. Of course it didn't, because it's only 3 months, right? Remember I said this is not an overnight success type of business. You have to be here at least a year. So the top spots in the organization go to your significant others, whether they're spouses or, you know, mother, sons, daughters, whatever it is. And we can talk more about that offline, or we'll talk about that more on training. But be here in a year, and remember, as your coaches, as your upline coaches, we are here to support you along the way. We are here to run with you if you're running, walk with you, crawl with you. But the minute you guys pull away, we're going to pull back as well, because this is a voluntary business. And, you know, we are not going to chase you around, because that's not the type of business that we're in. We're in the type of business that, you know, we help each other. And if this is what you want, this is where you want to be, then we'll be more than happy. But we're going to respect your decision because you made that last call. All right? Any other questions?
All
Thank you,
right.
Gabby, for hosting this.
Of course, anytime. And I have the recording, so if anyone missed.
Hi.
Manolo.
Hi, Manolo.
Wait, I wanna see Bastian.
No, it's not Sebastian. Matias.
But it gets
Yes. I wanna see him when he's bigger.
Oh, so cute.
Sorry, guys.
Did anyone else have any questions? Someone was gonna say.
I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm actually just open it up and
Oh.
was looking at the preferred placement part of.
Let me see. I want to
Yeah.
show you guys because I know it can be a little confusing. So if you guys have like 5 more minutes, hang on. Let's see. Hang on, puppy. Hopefully it works. Like, what is this? The high CPU use it like, is it because I have mad windows open? It's probably like, each body's like, what are you doing? So look, I went to my coach online office, right? And then you
Right.
come to my business, then my downline, graphical genealogy,
Mm-hmm.
and that. Yay, it's working. So now I'm gonna scroll down. I wanted to find you so that it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Keep going down. Yep, so here you are. Come on. Oh, you're not there. Where did I put you? I thought you were my second business center. All right, so let me go look where you are first. I could have sworn I put you there. So the sponsorship drill down is kind of like a summary of everyone in your organization. So I'm pulling that up because I could have sworn I put you there, but I clearly didn't. Come on, come on. Ah, yes. It happened again.
All right. No, it's okay. You can look it up. But on top of
Do you have people under you? Do you see anyone?
no, I don't see anybody. But on the top, there's something said that says preferred placement.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't do that. That's a little, that's like the most difficult thing to do. When you go to my business and then go to my genealogy, downline and genealogy, that's the easiest way to do it. And then you're going to click on the little men's that are available. When your placement is not going there, the guy appears in gray or blue or something like that.
I'm looking at the one that's a graphical, right?
Graphical, yes.
Okay, yeah, I see my name, and there's a blue and a red
Yes. So where's your red?
on the right.
On the right. So right now you don't know, you don't have anyone under you. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna guess then that you're on my. I probably placed you on my husband's strong leg. That's probably where I put you. So it's fine either way. And then if we need to, wherever that red guy is where your friend is gonna land.
So, okay, so I'll put it on the red.
Yeah, and then if we need to move her for whatever reason, look, I'm gonna look for you. Really? Like, where did I put? Like, where are you, girl? That's why I went into my second business center because I thought, yeah, that's where it was. Oh, I put you on the right side. That's why you are my second business center, and I put you on the right side. So basically, your right side is the strong side.
Okay.
All right. So you can put this person on the left if she's just going to be a discount coach, because you're going to get people on your right. I'm always going to help you build your right side.
Okay.
Got it? So
Yeah.
you click on the little, double click on the little man, and it'll show you red.
Right. It's red.
Okay, cool. So then that's the easiest way for you to change genealogy or placement, because this other way that you were showing me is crazy. Like, you got to know the ID number, where you want the person, and I'm just like, who, like, no, what is that? So this is where I put you on my right side.
Okay.
And then eventually you see how all these people, so as I continue to build that leg, you're going to get people, not only from me, but all these people who are putting on that leg that are building the business. So basically the idea is that, you place someone there to become emeralds, but then you are going to then be responsible on building your left side, because I'll never help you. No one will ever help you on your weak side. No one ever helps me until you start to bring your own people, and then those people, and that's why I said you want to put your business builders on your weak side, because then those are the people. See right here, this is your strong side, so you want to put your what is it? You want to put, actually, no, mentira. You told me she's going to be discount, so you want to put her here on the right.
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 Okay.
And then on the left is going to be your builders. But you see all those people, you're going to start to see people being placed from above on your right. That will be your strong leg. And then your weak side, because this is where I will help you. This is where everyone who's going to build is going to help you. But then on your weak side, no one will ever help you. We're responsible to build that. So make sure that that person goes here. And then once she finishes enrolling, you're going to change placement and put the next person here. And ta-da, you'll be an emerald.
So that's how you do it. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So that's the easiest way. If you do this preferred placement, it's confusing. So I just go here, graphical genealogy, and then I click. Look, I'm going to do it right now. Just double click, and it tells me, this has been selected for preferred placement. Would you like to save this change? And I say yes, and it appears as red. But I'm going to say cancel because that's not where I want my next placement to go. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Slow. Any other questions before we go?
I guess it's as we go, we'll probably have more questions,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
today I think we're good. I'm good to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, it's okay, to have questions. That's what we're here for. If you're not asking questions, I'll be worried. But again, it's okay to feel overwhelmed the first 3 months. And then I think after that, that's where, Wendy, is that how it was for you? Like the first 3 months?
The first month, was it overwhelming?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we've been in 6 months, and I'm still learning. So it's something that you got to take. You got to be in it to win it. But if you have questions, Gabby, I'm always like, Gabby, what do I do again? Because, so much information that, it will get better. Once you start doing it more and you start checking the back office and doing all that stuff, it will just be easy stuff. But right now, of course, it's going to be overwhelming.
Right. And it's okay. Don't feel like you can't ask us, because what we want is to help you avoid mistakes. Right. So, and it's okay to make them, but make sure that, because there's time frames too, in order to move someone, you only have 5 days. So make sure that you say, hey, I just signed up a coach. Can you check for me if I put the person on the right, on the correct placement, so that, so that they're good. If not, then we'll help you move them. So that's what we're here for. And like Wendy said, it's going to be overwhelming. And even me, I've been here two years, and I learn every day something new. So, all right.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Good luck, Claudia, with your prospect, your new coach, and everyone else. Make it happen. You guys can do it.
Make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Nice to meet you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.